Hey there, half-asters! We're back at La Mesa RV in Port St. Lucie, Florida, taking a look at some rugged Class B vans. These are the ones that you want if you're going out into the desert, if you're going to be boondocking, or if you just want to do some rock crawling. Well, I don't know about rock crawling, but they'll definitely get you through the mud. Let's go!
Hey there, I'm Rose.
And I'm Dan, and we are the Half-Ass Travelers. All the Class B vans we're going to be looking at today are made for the off-road. Now you may be asking yourself, why is that so important? Well, when we were on our trip out west, there's a lot of places that you can get to with a more capable vehicle than you can with, say, a regular Class C, a small Class C, or even a lot of Class Bs that are not made to handle those road conditions. Now, aside from the four-wheel drive, all these units have four-wheel drive. That's important. But we found something that was even more important on our trip out west in our Patriot, and that's ground clearance. All these units, some of them have lifts, but all of them have more ground clearance than your standard Class B van. If you look up front, they don't have a spoiler sticking down, so you have more of an approach angle as you're coming up on hills or rocks. And these are all 19-foot vans, so behind the back wheel, you've got less vans sticking out behind the wheel, so when you're coming down the hill, you're not scraping your backside either. And that is super important. Also, just look at the tires and wheels. All of these vans have these rugged off-road tires. Tires are so important when you're trying to navigate like sugar sand, muddy conditions, or even regular dirt conditions. Tires make the vehicle. And then lastly, wow, look at the styling. There is a cool factor in these vans. Aside from the rims and the tires, look at the running boards. Some of them have the lights up top, the fog lights, and they just look cool. These are badass units. So we're gonna get started now. So let's go with number one. And we're gonna start right here. This is the 2025 Winnebago Revel. We have looked at the Revel before, but not the 2025. They've made a few changes for this model year. So let's go take a look. We're going to start looking at the outside of the Revel, but we're lucky enough to have a 2022 Revel actually right next to us as well. And look at the difference in just the running boards. Really cool running board for 2022, but that's not going to cut it in 2025. Look at these. Oh man, this is a sturdy running board, and it's going to take on any stray rocks or anything else that's going to try to get up into your paint job or your van. It's going to push those things right out of the way. Really good. We love that feature. Love a sturdy running board. Let's talk about the entranceway. You still got your mosquito netting here. It's going to zip down, so it's a little less convenient than having a sliding door, but it's necessary because of the other things that are in here. You've got an outdoor table. That's pretty cool as well, especially when you're trying to transition stuff from inside the van to your sitting area outside. It's nice to have something to put stuff on, especially if you're out in the middle of the desert. There's no tables out there. You just put your chairs out, you can put your food here, and you're all set. Food and or beverages. Down here, you've got your freshwater drain, fresh tank drain, fresh water drains. All your drain plugs right here, easy to reach. There's no compartments to open, it's right inside the door. Follow me around back, Rose. It's a little dark back here, but I'm glad that we came around here first because we're gonna do this all backwards. Look at the thickness of this cushion on the bed in back. That is a comfortable bed, and it runs the entire length of the van, which means that somebody of my height should be able to fit in there nicely. In fact, when we go inside, I'm gonna jump up in there because I don't think I can make it from here and show you exactly how much room there is. But remember, see these straps here? This entire bed lifts up out of the way. It's electric. You just pull the bed up and you've got all this storage in the garage. You got that tie down strap system that we like so much. All your controls are back here. You've got plugs back here. You got cigarette lighter plug. And, oh, I found some lights, good. Over here, you've got the outdoor shower, the freshwater inlet, Yep, and all your switches back here. You can see you've got 12 volt under there and a lot of storage compartments up underneath. And then this is sturdy, so if you need to put bikes or something in here, you don't have to worry about damaging anything. This is a very sturdy, plasticized finish. Really nice. Let's go around. You know, the Revel is very simple outside, but it's like a, I don't know how to say it, an elegant simplicity. I love these windows coming out on the sides. A, it's great styling, but B, it gives you that much more space inside. You've got your shore power plug here, and then you've also got your empty location for your cassette toilet. There is no black tank on this unit. There is a gray tank, however, and here is the empty for the gray tank drain and with a gate valve. And then there's another one of these great running boards on the side. Let's check out the driver's compartment. The 2025 Revel has that Mercedes chassis that we like so much. And it's got the new Mercedes diesel engine, which has a little bit more horsepower and extra, I believe it's got extra torque. Don't quote me on that. I'll put it on the screen. The horsepower and torque with the new 4-cylinder twin turbo diesel. You got storage overhead. Same nice big screen, very simple controls, but very elegant controls. I love this carbon fiber look that they do on the finish here. And let me show you one other thing since we're up here. Rose, if you hand me the camera. One of the things we're going to start talking about when we talk about these RVs is the cargo capacity and payload capacity, because that is a huge issue, especially with the older Mercedes diesel engines, because notoriously bad payload capacity. Not so much on the Class Bs, but on the Class C, small Class C/B pluses, for those of you who believe in B pluses. But let's take a look at the cargo capacity on here. I don't know if you can see that, but this van has a payload capacity of 1,385 pounds, and that does not include the 291 pounds if you have a full water tank. But to be honest, who's traveling with a full, well, I guess you would be traveling with a full water tank if you're heading out into the desert. But other than that, when you're just driving down the road, save on MPGs, you're probably only filling the tank about 1/3 of the way. The layout of the back of the Revel is very similar to previous years. You've got these 2 seats here. They're very cushiony. These seem a little bit more comfortable than in the previous years. They are still very close together. Probably be more suitable to 2 children or 2 small adults or 1 small adult and a child. The table, as you can see, is deployed right now. Plenty of table to sit here and eat. If you swap these chairs around, you would have an area where 4 people could sit relatively comfortably, but that's really, comfort isn't really what you're going for with the Revel anyway in all these off-road units. Also, you've got the storage cabinet overhead, which I can't figure out how to open. What the heck? Oh, all right. Love it. Love the locking latch. And it tells you if it's open or not with that red. That is a really clever design. And these are very sturdy hinges and a very sturdy latch. Really nice. Behind that, you've got the controller system for the unit, for the van. All of the tank readings and all that stuff. You've got some light switches here, controlling various lights in the cabin. And you've also got your bed control for the back, which I'm going to show you. I don't know if you can see, but I'm going to go ahead and put the bed up. Rose, can you come up to the ceiling and shoot over me? All right, all you got to do here is make sure that the key is on, and then you hit the button. Look at how smooth that is. You're going to want to make sure it's clear, but you have enough space up here for your bedding. So you can leave the bed made, and then that's how easy it is to make the bed in the Revel. Now, it doesn't leave you a lot of headroom when it goes up. I don't believe it goes, nope, that's it. That's as far as it goes. And the air conditioner there, as you can see, it blocks the AC, but the venting is there. I'm not sure how that would work. You'd probably have to leave the bed. That's just weird. You'd probably have to leave the bed down a bit to get the benefit of that AC. But once you come back here, there are cushions back here and seats. You know, sitting back here in the back, you can see how much storage space there is back here. It's relatively large. Let's march it off, hon. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4.5 feet of length, and 1, 2, about 3 feet wide at the widest section, and then add another 3 feet into these window cutouts. They do have the windows with the same really cool design there. You've got some storage containers for when the bed is up, and then you've got, what is this? This storage compartment right here, but I'm not really sure what that is for. If any of you know what that's for, hit us up in the comments. We might as well do the kitchen while we're standing here, Rose. All right, in the kitchen, you can see we've got these same cabinets, locking cabinets over top of the kitchen. You can see there's not a lot of space when you're opening this cabinet. You got to make sure that your head is out of the way. Again, really tight, nice shelf over here over the sink. A smaller sink with the faucet that comes out. That's pretty nice. All of these cabinets have that locking mechanism. There's no storage down here. There's just a small storage area there. All right, you got all the cabinets with the same locks. This thing, if you're bouncing around on an off-road, you don't have to worry about these cabinets coming open. They are not coming open. These cabinets are secure. You've also got some power over here. You get the cigarette lighter plug. Now let's take a look at the bathroom.
Don't forget the fridge.
Where is the fridge? Oh, there it is. Thank you for pointing that out. I didn't come in that entrance. I came in through the driver's side. So yeah, your standard dorm fridge under here, which is pretty standard for a unit this size. All right, now let's take a look at the bathroom. Again, the same locking mechanism for the door. That is sturdy. I'm pulling on that pretty hard to get it to rattle. That thing's not going to rattle. If there's also a magnetic hold holding that in place, this is not rattling. Then you open it up. All right, you can see, like the usual, you've got the option for storage in here. They're storing the waste hose here. There is a shower. Yeah, I'll take that. There is a shower here, and looks like a towel holder and a towel rack with a vent. And then you've got your cassette toilet. Again, if you hit that gray lever, the toilet spins around like that. So you can have your knees in there, or you can have your knees out here, depending on how friendly you are with the person you're traveling with. It is not a very roomy experience. What I would probably do is tilt this thing about 45 degrees so you have a little more space, and hope nobody's watching it through the side window. When we were on our trip out west in our Patriot, I think we used the shower a total of 1 time in a month and a half. So it's really not going to be something that you're going to be needing to use, or we didn't need to use it every day. It's probably just for those emergencies when you really got to get clean, or you're out in the middle of nowhere and you got to get that dust off. A couple more things to mention is this huge fan up here in the living compartment. That's going to pull in a lot of fresh air. You've got these LED lights. Of course, you got your carbon monoxide smoke detectors. And there's a little bit of storage under here we almost missed. It's a little small. It does go to here and here. So it's a little box. There's nothing here because there's a vent down there. But there is a little bit more storage here. There is not a lot of storage in this van. You're going to have to use that back garage for a lot of your storage needs, but luckily the bed rises out of the way. That's a great feature. One more thing to mention about the Revel that we didn't really talk about while we were on the outside is this unit has this rack on the roof that's got the off-road lighting. And if you're going to be using this thing to its fullest potential, you're definitely going to be on some dark roads at night, and you're definitely going to want some kind of extra lighting, and it's good that those are included. We were really excited to see the 2025 Revel. We really like this unit. This is probably my favorite RV. I love the Class B rugged vans. I just wish it had more space. Rose needs the space, but you all know if you've watched any of our videos that I am very partial to these vans, so I'm a little bit prejudiced when it comes to that, but they're just beautiful. Let's take a look at some more of these Class Bs. Next, we're going to be taking a look at the Thor Sanctuary. This is another one of those rugged Class Bs that is a dark gray in color, similar to the Revel. A lot of the rugged Bs have this gray color, which we really like. It's also got the black rims and the off-road tires, which we love, and the running boards. Now, this running board only goes about to the driver's door because this is a pretty neat feature. It's got a storage tank or a storage holder for the sewer hose. So that's really cool. So while we're over here, let's just run down the side. You've got the shore power here. You've got some coaxial capable hookups. You've got your city and water fills here. The exhaust for your water heater. And then some lighting outside so when you're off-road, you can see what the heck is around you. That's a great feature. And I'm glad we came around here because this unit is a little bit different than some of the other rugged Class Bs. This one's got a rear bath. You don't usually see that in these rugged Class Bs. They've managed to squeeze a rear bath in here. Now, as you know, Rose and I are not big fans of the rear bath. It really wouldn't work for us. But because they put it in the back here, this bathroom's got a lot more space to move around than the Revel. Now, you are sacrificing the big garage. There's no garage back here. I mean, you can't really store anything in here. This is the shower pan here. I mean, you could use it for storage. There's a lot of drawers and cabinetry. Now, these cabinets do not lock. And you know, for Rose and I, that is a definite deal breaker for us. We need a cabinet that's going to lock. You got the shower curtain here. It's got that same pull-down sink that hides out of the way when you're using the bathroom, and then you've got the faucet hidden away behind there, as well as the shower head up there and a small medicine cabinet. Pretty cool. As you can see, this is a cassette toilet, so you just pull to empty it right out the back, and there's no need for that opening on the side of the van. So that's a little bit better aesthetically. And you see you've got the hose down here. This is a little more storage. You've got your light switches and some power switches all in the back. Pretty much standard for a rear bath configuration. Like I said, it's just different to see it on a rugged Class B. As we move around the side, you see you've got your 12-volt outlets over here in the area where you would be hanging out. Another coax plug. And here's the big running board. Big rugged running board. Protect the side of the truck from any rocks or bushes or anything as you're going through the wilderness. This one's also got an outdoor table. It's a little nicer than the Revel. It's got that nice finish on it. It's got a little shelf in here. That's nice. It's adjustable, so you can use this lockdown system to adjust it. USB plugs and 12-volt right inside there, all nicely hidden. That's a great feature, and it's got a magnetic close on it. Now, I wish it had also a latch close, but because it's in there tight against the door, it's probably not going to be an issue while you're going down a road. And then right as you come around here, you can see you've got your controller systems for the van. You got a fire extinguisher, that's important. Your battery switch, 12 volt. And then, hang on, what is this?
Is that a vacuum?
No, it's non-pressure water. Oh, this is a great feature. Let's talk about this. It looks to me, this is a non-pressure water fill. You can fill your tank without a hose. If you want, we've been to campsites before where you cannot hook a hose up to the spigot, but you could fill containers, and it looks like that's a fill to fill your tank without a pressurizer or a hose hookup. That's a great feature if you're going to be out in the boondocks. All right, Sanctuary's on the Mercedes chassis. We've talked about that numerous times. This one has a nice dark finish and a silver where the other one had the carbon fiber. Very nice, pretty much standard. Now this one doesn't have the bigger shelves overhead. It's got this pretty much standard shelf over the visors there. So we kind of like the storage in the, I don't know what that is, the storage in the Revel a little bit better, but it does make it easier to get in and out because you're not going to risk bashing your head on the cabinet overhead. Now here's where the Revel, I think, excels and shines over a lot of these units because I'm sitting on the bed. All right, I don't know if you can see, Rose, maybe you can back up a little bit and show them the, yeah. This is a couch, and you can see it's also the bed. This pulls out to full length, or full width, I should say. Yeah. You can see the cushion it's decent. It's not bad. I could probably sleep on this, but it's a little bit stiff. A little bit stiff. All right, I mentioned that the Revel bed was a lot better and it gave you a lot more storage. However, sitting here now in this couch area, there is hangout space in this van that the Revel did not have because it had those two seats behind the driver's compartment. That was there's no hangout space. You could actually sit on this couch and hang out, you know, put your feet up, two people comfortably. And if you needed a table, you've got the kitchen counter right across from you. This is actually, I think, a better hangout position than the Revel. It actually has indoor space that's where the Revel was lacking. It's got these Thor cabinets. You're killing me, Thor. You're killing me. They are soft close, but there's no lock on them. You need to take an example from Integra and throw a lock on these things so that they're not flopping open and that the hinge is not wanting to do this while you're driving down the road. It's got the nice shades. We like those. And it's got the opening here where you can just have a small vent window, not very large, and some storage compartments behind the couch. Let's rotate over to the kitchen. Take a look at this. A very small sink. A decent sized spigot on top, or faucet on top of it. Look at the size of this TV, hon. It's tiny, but you don't really need it. You're right here. I mean, it's right in your face. So, hey, it's bigger than an iPhone. So, yeah, it'll do the job. It looks like it rotates out. That's a good feature. All these drawers, they're all soft close. They're friction locked. I don't know. Oh, I don't know how long that's going to last. And then you got your sponge drawer. Sponge drawer. I won't say it. I'm not going to say it. And then more cabinetry overhead. Not very deep. But what do you expect in a rugged Class B? This is kind of cool. Look, the cushion's got the cup holders in it. If you don't want people to think you drank, you just do it like that. If you're normal people like us, then you just have it just like that. That's a good little feature. Wow, there's more storage in here. Look at this. Again, not very deep, but wow, that is a big, I'd use that as a pantry. These drawers are huge. I'll tell you what, for a 19-foot Class B, or 19 plus foot Class B, this thing has a lot of storage. We already talked about these cabinets and we talked about this. Now let's talk about the fridge. Okay, you can't see the fridge, right? No, hang on, hon. Fridge opens both ways. How cool is that? And look, they're storing the keys in here. We can take it for a test drive. It's a decent sized fridge. It's a little bigger than the one in the Revel. This is, oh, and then the microwave overhead. That's a plus, and this huge AC unit. I gotta say, this thing has a lot of features that are more in line with the non-rugged Class Bs. It's got indoor space where you can hang out. It's got a bigger fridge. The bed's not so big. I mean, it's not so wide, but it's definitely long enough. I mean, here, let me test the bed. Oh yeah, plenty long enough. I got an extra like 3 or 4 inches up here, so. Yeah, if you're looking for an off-road rugged Class B that has indoor hangout space and you don't mind the rear bath, then you definitely want to take a look at the Sanctuary. Just like in the Revel, I forgot to mention the light bar overhead. That is huge when you're going off-road, and we already saw the lights on the side. This thing has a lot of lights. If you're stuck out in the middle of nowhere in the dark, you're not going to have any problem getting out of there. Between the rugged styling, the high ground clearance, and all the lighting, you're good to go off-road. And one thing about the Thor in relation to the Revel is, look at that price. Wow, this thing is, you get a lot for your money with the Thor. All right, let's take a look at another unit. I am super excited about this one because we haven't seen this Class B before. This is the Integra launch, and it has a lot more in common with the Revel than it does with the Sanctuary we just looked at. If you look outside, again, the gray styling, it's got the light bar overhead and a huge roof rack. See, I mentioned that first this time, I remembered. It's got these black rims. Actually, I love these rims, these honeycomb rims with the off-road tires. And again, the shorter running board. It's got the empty for the cassette toilet and the flush valve and gate valve for the gray tank and a city water connection. You got your umbilical for your shore power. And it's got these nice Revel-like window outserts. Not an insert, an outsert. Come on the back. Now, those of you who have seen any of our videos know that we love the quality of Integra units. Now, this is an almost carbon copy of the back of the Revel. You can see it's got that bed that lifts up out of the way, but it's got this nice finish on the floor. It's got the tie-downs system on here. Now, it doesn't have the tie-downs along the side like the Revel did, but there's a lot of space in there. It's a very large space to store bikes or whatever you want to do in your garage. You can see it's got the outdoor shower and a bunch of the water hookups and flush city water controls. And yeah, very nice. Back behind the panel, that looks to be the inverter, the main battery switch, and other electronics tucked away nicely so it doesn't get damaged. And come on around the back. Oh, nice ladder, roof access. That's important, especially when you have a roof rack that significant. Think I should try to go up there, hon? I think Rose is going to warn me against it. I'm not as young as I used to be. Yeah, I'm not going to chance that. All right. As we come around the side, you see it's got that same set of 12-volt plugs. It does not have the coax, but I don't think we're using coax on the outside of the vehicle. Maybe for like a satellite dish or whatever. I don't know. This one's got a third different type of table. It's got a lock over here. That's a big table. Now, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles like the Thor did, you know, the shelving in here with the USB ports and the 12 volt. It does have the adjustable system here, so you can adjust the height of the table. And it does have, just like the Revel, your low point drains. It does have a 12 volt here, so that's a plus. You've got it on the outside. And it's got that huge running board along the side. Love the running boards. All right, let's go inside. All right, same Mercedes cockpit. It's got these nice leather seats. Everything's black in here. It doesn't have the beautiful carbon finish like the Revel does, but it's really nice. This is very elegant. I love this screen. It's got the visors and the storage overhead, but in true Integra fashion, it's got an extra storage built right above the driver's compartment. And this is rugged. I mean, it's metal. This is a metal construction here. And it's pretty deep because there's another, I think the covers for the windows are up in there. It goes all the way up to the front. So it's a pretty deep storage area. However, when you're getting in and out, you always run the risk of bashing your noggin, but it's got a little play there. So you only have a small bruise, not a big one. In the doorway, I forgot to mention that there is the screen. It is a zipper down screen. And we passed right by the refrigerator. Now this is a much larger fridge. Well, not much larger. It's a little larger than the Revel fridge. Actually, it's higher but narrower. So it may be similar cubic feet. I don't know. It could be an illusion. Thank you, Rose, for pointing that out. Now these seats, oh my God, same size seats as in the Revel. Oh, this leather is so soft and it's got a little texture to it. These are beautiful seats. You can actually sit in here. I just wish they reclined more. If you had room to recline, this could actually be a feasible hangout area, but this is nothing compared to the hangout area in the sanctuary. You've also got a spot for your lagoon table. So you can put the table in the center, you can spin these seats around, and theoretically you could have 4 people sitting here. It's not built for comfort like that. And that's okay. Well, Rose is earning her money today because she just figured out how to recline these seats. Now, there is a bar underneath here that the seats can go forward and backwards. If you pull them forward and you pull this latch, you can get a little recline on these seats. And that makes a huge difference. Thank you, Rose. You just saved my back. All right, so now we are in more of a comfortable hangout position. However, it is still pretty tight from side to side. So just keep that in mind. But these seats, oh my God, that leather is so comfortable. You got to feel these. All right, over here, just like the Revel, you've got the controller systems for your Class B. All your screens there. You've got another different locking. Look at this. We haven't seen this before. That's different. Integra hinges and Integra lock. Look at that. There's carpeted. It's carpeted shelves. This is just really nicely done. I really like this too. It's weird that I like that so much. And it goes back here. It's continued back here towards the bathroom. In the door, you see how it's different color, different textures. That's really nice. Integra does a good job. Integra means elegant. That's what I'm going to start calling them. They're going to be elegant. Same type of carpeted drawer over here. And that carpeting may not seem too important to you. You may wonder why the carpet's so important. But when you're putting a bunch of dishes and stuff in there, they're not going to slide and they're not going to rattle as much because they're not hitting against anything. So that is a huge way to reduce the amount of noise and vibration while you're going down the road. Sink is a little bit bigger, actually, I think, than the others, unless it's just an optical illusion again. A nice faucet. There's no pull out for the faucet, but it does rotate around. A lot of drawers here with locks. They're not soft close drawers, but they do have locks. They're pretty sturdy. You would think that maybe they would be a little bit not so sturdy. And these are not plastic, these are metal, which is important. What else we got back here? Oh, look, more pantry room. Oh, that's another drawer with a little cutting board on it. I can't get it out because of my belly, but you'll get the idea. Is this a pantry? It is. And even more storage back here. Nice. Well, that's good that it has this storage here because that's pretty much it for the storage, except under the bed. Let's take a look at the bathroom while we're here. You got these great latches. Wow, that's locked in tight. Now, a little bit of play there, but not much. I don't think it's going to rattle. I do like having that magnetic lock that the other one had to keep it down. Now, this is interesting. And rather than have the door hit the kitchen sink like so many units we've seen before, how did they solve that? They made it so the door could separate the bathroom from the bedroom and not get stuck here. So that's an ingenious way to fix the problem by just splitting the door. All right, this has the same system where you can use this for storage or you can use it for the bathroom. But again, it suffers from that same issue that the Revel has, as to being a very challenging place. If you wanted to take a shower, you definitely have to be taking a sitting shower, which is possible. I've done it. And it's just not optimal. It's also got the adjustable cassette toilet. Really nice though. It's got a fan in here, LED lights. I like the bathroom. I like the fact that this door separates so nicely. It's like a bedroom door. In fact, you could even just use it as a bedroom door if you wanted to. Very nice. All right, I said I was going to get into the bed in the Revel, and I forgot to do that. But this one's the same length because it's got the cutouts, and it's a good thing it has these cutouts, because without the cutouts at 6 feet, my feet are right about at the base. I've got maybe an inch of play above my head. So yeah, it is a little tight, but the cutouts are there for a reason, which is really nice. And this bed is a little narrow. I mean, Rose and I like a nice king-size bed if we can get it, but you're gonna be hard-pressed to find a king-size bed in a rugged off-road Class B. It's got the window back here, just like the Revel does. It's really nice. Our overall thoughts on the launch are it's very similar to the Revel, but it just seems like there's some fit and finishes in there that are really high-class looking. Now, as far as functionality goes, you know, the Revel may have a slight advantage there. Not having lived in it for a while, it's hard to say. But you definitely, if you're looking at the Revel, want to take a look at the launch. All right, check out another one. Now we're going to take a look at another Thor. This is the Tranquility, and it is very similar to the Sanctuary that we saw. This is the 19R. This is the 19R, which is the same floor plan. Now, Thor has 3 different floor plans, the R, the L, and I think the P for these Class B vans. And this is a 2024. However, right next to it, they've got a brand new 2023 that has a different floor plan. This one is the P, and we wanted to show it to you because this has a completely different floor plan than the other units we saw. Let's start on the outside. Styling's very similar to the Sanctuary. You see you've got the overhead light, the off-road lights overhead. I'm starting with those now so I don't forget them. Aggressive wheels and rims, beautiful tires. Off-road, you've got your half running board, your sewer hose compartment, same shore power, city fill, cassette toilet dump. That's a spray port. You can hook a hose. That's a quick connect for the hose. Yes, and it's got the lights on the outside. You got your exhaust. We're going to go all the way around the back this time. In fact, we're not going to even take a look at the back. We're going to save that for last. Come on around, Rose, and you'll see it's got the 12-volt power back here. Coaxial cable TV hookup. Long running board on the passenger side. It's got that same table on the outside, which is really nice. It's got this extra storage in here. You can leave a lot of stuff in there. USB, 12-volt, the whole deal. All right, here's where the similarities end. As soon as we walk inside the P, you can see it's completely different. Except for the chassis. I mean, the Mercedes chassis is the same. No storage overhead except for these little ones over the visors. But look right here. Straight in front of you is that refrigerator, and it's the dual door refrigerator that opens both ways, which is nice. That's a really good feature with the microwave overhead. Really nice cabinetry. I like this shiny, like mica look. Come on inside and take a look at this. We're going to skip over the kitchen for right now, just because I can't hide this. A rear lounge. In a rugged off-road 19-foot RV, they've got a rear lounge. You know, we love the rear lounge. That was one of the selling points that we had when we bought our Patriot. It's really nice to have a hangout area inside the van. Now, there's sometimes there are things that are you have to sacrifice when you go with the rear lounge, and one of those is the smaller bathroom. But it's just really nice to have a hangout in the back. You can see there's a lot of storage back here. They've got these Thor cabinets, again, not locking, but soft close, which is nice. The styling's nice, you know. They've got USB plugs inside, so if you need to charge things and are put in the cabinets, that's huge to have those electrical inside the cabinet. Especially for us, we've got a lot of cameras we need to keep charged and whatnot. It's really nice. There's a big TV back here. It's actually playing some old movie at the moment. And look at all these windows. This is one of the reasons we love the rear lounge, because you got windows on both sides, got here, and this whole thing turns into a huge bed. And this is, remember I said you can't get a king-size bed in a Class B rugged? Well, guess what? Thor has managed to do it here. The only downside to that is you have to keep making the bed and then unmaking the bed every time you want to use your rear lounge. There's a little bit of storage under here, not very deep. And then you've got access to your water lines and water pump. That's good for flushing and winterizing. You've got a couple of neat, interesting storage pockets here. I haven't seen that before, but I guess it makes sense. They're not really in the way. And you got, I think I forgot to mention this access, more water pump access for your PVC. I was hoping there'd be storage under there. And let's take a look in the bathroom while we're standing here. All right, it's got the split door. That's important. Okay. All right, let's talk about this. Not a lot of space, but it looks like more space because of these big wide open doors. If you're friendly with the person you're traveling with and you can do your stuff while the doors are open, this is plenty of space. You just rotate this toilet around. In fact, I'm going to take a seat. Well, except for this bar here, it's actually doable, you know, but you're going to have to be close with your person you're traveling with. It's got the pull-down sink. The faucet's over here. You can see the shower heads and whatever. It's got a smallish medicine cabinet with mirrors. That's important. The cover for the toilet paper. And we already talked about the cassette toilet. And it's got this fan here. It also has a curtain. So you can leave these doors open while you're showering, so you're not feeling like you're showering in a coffin. And if your arm hits the curtain a little bit, it's not going to necessarily make a big mess and bruise your elbow. That's a good feature. And this is kind of neat. This little feature, you can lock yourself in. Okay, it looks like you can lock them open a little wider. That's what that's about. I wonder why that is. Maybe to release some of the, maybe actually that's when you're traveling space to keep them locked when they're not, so they don't rattle. I don't know, that's weird. No, you wouldn't be able to latch the other one. All right, we're gonna do some more research on that and figure out why that is. All right, there's a kitchen, I like to call this the kitchen pedestal in this unit. It's just this little section here. It's just like they plop this pedestal right inside the van. But you know what? It's a good spot for it. These drawers are huge. Well, here's the cover for the sink, and it's really heavy. It's a heavy cover. Whoa! So that's where they're storing it for right now. Okay. Not big fans of the Thor drawers. You can see, there we go. Thor, you got to do better. You got to do better with these drawers. If there was one thing about the Thor units that we always see, it always comes down to us criticizing, and I feel bad for criticizing so much, it's the drawers. Maybe they did better in the 2024, but the 2023, it's a little bit flimsy. Other than that, it's got the same, it's got the AC up top, a big fan here, LED lights, and you know what? It's a livable area. It's very similar to our van, but we've got 3 extra feet to work with. They fit a lot into this space. Good job, Thor. So of the 2 Thors, the Sanctuary and the Tranquility, I'm on the fence, Rose. What do you think? Is it worth having the big bathroom and giving up that rear lounge? The couch was pretty comfortable in the Sanctuary. Or do you think that you like the rear lounge better with the maybe smaller bathroom because the doors open up, it feels like a bigger bathroom? You don't know. You don't know. Rose isn't about the 19-footers anyway, so really she doesn't like any of these particularly well, but I love them. I think they're great. I think that this is a great usage of space in an off-road Class B. Good job, Thor. We've got another special treat here because we have not seen a Tiffin rugged Class B before today. This is the first time seeing this. This is the Tiffin GH1, and it's got a similar layout to the Revel, but if you know Tiffin like we know Tiffin, you'll know there's a lot of quality inside. We'll start on the outside. It's got a very substantial roof rack and a cutout for a light up there. Really nice. Again, off-road tires, rims, nice running boards. This is the first time we've seen this type of running boards. And look right here, they've got a very special feature some of you may appreciate. You know that shape? Mm-hmm. That's a bottle opener, baby. Got to have that on the outside of the running boards. And there's one down here too. All right, that may not be what it's for, but that's what it looks like to me. The ladder to the roof, you see it's mounted on the side. I don't think this would get in the way of anything because it doesn't come out much further than the running board. You got the dump for your cassette toilet and shore power here, as well as the exhaust for the generator. Does this have a generator? Well, we're going to find out, aren't we? And then there's a gray tank, gate valve, and dump. That's exciting. All right, the rear is similar to the Revel. It's got that bed that comes down. It's got an extra storage cargo net underneath the bed so you can store more stuff up there. You can see this is a tie-down system here that looks like a rack, but that's a tie-down system so you can put bags or whatever tied up there, as well as the tie-down system in the floor. A little bit of storage here. A little bit of storage. Let's see what's behind door number 1. Okay. Back here, you've got access to the batteries and your Xantrex inverter, as well as other electronics. That's nice that it's so easily accessible, especially when you have to do those repairs out in the middle of the desert, which always happen. Got your outdoor shower controls and other controllers there as well, and a huge storage space. Still very similar to the Revel. No outlets over here on the side, but you do have, now look at this latch. Look at this old school, this is old school latch. Look at that, that's kind of cool. All right, nice wood grain table. Kind of not very sturdy though, but it is adjustable. No shelving in here like on the Thor. That's a different latch. You know, they've been using these for years. I imagine that this is pretty much indestructible, and that's probably why they use it. I don't know. But it's also got this, the low point drains there, just like the Revel did. It's very similar. If you come on inside, you'll see it's got the dorm fridge with the latching. It's not bad space. And then you got all your controllers here, your awning, the water pump, some lights. That's an outdoor light. Yeah, pretty good. The overhead light up here above the driver's compartment is kind of blinding me a little bit, so I couldn't really see, but the interior is similar to the others. There's some Mercedes. It's got the storage over the visors, and then it has, similar to the Integra, a metal storage shelf up here, but it's got this half kind of, well, that's a Wi-Fi plug. It's got this space in here that's kind of taken up, but it's a decent amount of space. It's not bad. All right, there's a reason why Rose and I are a team, because there's a lot of things that I don't notice that she might notice, and vice versa, but this is a big one. And she just happened to notice this, and this is huge because we had talked about these units that had these seats so close together and how tight it was and how you couldn't fit in there and it wasn't very comfortable. Well, remember, Rose found the place where these things will slide up and then you can recline them, right? Well, guess what else these seats do? And some of you may have been screaming at your screen trying to tell me because you knew it. If you pull up on this lever, this seat slides out, and look at all the space now between the seats. I mean, all right, now we're talking. Now we're more than just like we've gone from second class or the coach section to first class with all of this space. So this is huge. This is a game changer for these seats because it makes them so much more utilitarian and usable. And not to mention, this leather is really comfortable. So hats off to the design of these chairs. I'm sorry that I cast aspersions at them at all. This is a really brilliant design, and now I know. Thank you, Rose. All right, additionally, in front of the chairs, you've got a connection for the Lagoon table. Anybody who's seen the Lagoon tables will know what that is. It goes in there, and then the table comes out here, and it moves all different ways. Again, these seats rotate around, so you have a good seating area. Nice windows. I like these latches, keep it nice and secure, and it's got the up and down shades that we like so much. Those are great. Above the seats, you've got a bunch of controllers, as well as the bed control, just like they did in the Revel, and we like that. We like having a key to control it, so you're not accidentally putting down the bed and crunching all of your important stuff in the garage. What we don't like so much is, well, this shelf is it's not very deep. It is metal, so that's nice, but we're not big fans of these plastic latches. Seems like they would break over time, but they do lock, so that's a good thing. The kitchen in this unit is similar to some of the other ones. It's sort of like a pedestal here, but it does have this wall. You got overhead storage with those same latches, and these are metal cabinets. You've got a speaker that hangs down under here. One of the other units had the mounts for it, but didn't have the speaker in place. This one does. You got the little shelf here, this metal shelf. Smallish sink, the same standard faucet. Look what we got here. For those of you wondering if these units have cooktops, some of them do. They just store them away. You put them up on the counter when you're ready to use them and plug them in. It's just an induction cooktop. That's a great feature. Small drawers, very small drawers with these same plastic latches. They seem pretty sturdy. I don't know. I'd have to see over time how they last. Nice pantry. All right, it's got a nice latch on the door to keep it from rattling. I think it would take a lot of jostling around to make that rattle. Now, this door is hinged in the middle where the other one's open out. This one's got the hinge. So let's see how this works out. Sometimes that works out, sometimes not so much. All right, so it's similar. It gets out of the way, and it kind of separates the bathroom from the bedroom. Not a lot of room here. I gotta be honest. not a lot of space. There's a toilet paper. Wait, no, that's not toilet paper. What the heck is, oh, extra toilet paper you can store in there, I guess. I don't know what else you'd use it for. Got a drying cord. Yeah, it's small in here. Very small. Very challenging. I don't see a shower curtain holder. You see a shower curtain holder? I don't see it. So I don't know how that would work without a shower curtain. They probably have a system for it, and I'm just missing something. If anybody knows, hit us up in the comments and let our viewers know what that's all about. Overall, we really like the Tiffin GH1. It's typical Tiffin fashion. It's very well constructed and well thought out. There are some things that we like better than the other units we saw, and some things that not quite as much. One of the things is those plastic latches on the cabinets. You may ask why we keep bringing up cabinetry when we're talking about these units. They're going to take a beating when they're going off-road. There's going to be a lot of jostling around and side to side. You want to make sure, like we did with ours. All right, we had some issues with our hinges, with the screws not being long enough that we just had to replace it. Luckily, it was an easy fix. We just put longer screws in them. But you want to make sure that your hinges are and your cabinets are secure, because you don't want to be in damage on these rough and rocky roads. All right, let's move on. They got one more unit for you, and this one's special because it's different than all the others we've seen. All right, half-assers, it's time to go full beast mode. Woo! Did I sound like a professional wrestler there?
Yes.
Oh, that's what I was going for. Cool. All right, this is the Storyteller Overland Beast Mode. Now, they don't have a 2024 here, but this is a brand new 2023, and I'm told not much has changed between the two. So we're going to go ahead and show you this one. Automatically, you can see that this one's a little different than some of the others, and it's more different than you may think, because there's some stuff on the inside. This one's for roughing it more than a lot of the other ones. So let's go ahead and start on the outside. Look at this brush guard with these these KC off-road lights. Anytime you see KC, it's just cool. That stands for King Cool. All those off-road lights up there means a lot of light on the trail while you're driving at night, and you're gonna be driving at night and in the day on the trail, because look at these all-terrain tires. I think these are the largest that we've seen. Love those rims, that aggressive styling. Here we've got the running board with the exhaust for the water heater down there. That's cool. And this one, like the last one we saw, the Tiffin, has the ladder on the side here. Again, not sticking out much further than the running board, although we still have to just be very careful going in and out of places. But great access to get up, because this thing has a huge roof rack. There's a lot of storage up there on the roof, and that's pretty cool. I could even probably climb this one. This feels pretty sturdy. Oh yeah, here, give me the camera, Rose. I'm gonna show them the roof. Oh yeah, check this out. Look at all that storage space. And I know it's built online, that you can actually use this place to come up and hang out. You can put a couple chairs up here and hang out. How cool would that be? Middle of the desert, you with your lounge chairs up here on the top, away from all the critters, with a breeze through your hair, drink in your hand, sun setting across the mountains. Picture it. Shore power plug here. Got exhaust for your water heater, freshwater connection. You'll notice there's something missing from the side. There is no empty for the cassette toilet. Well, you're going to see why in a moment. But let's keep going around, because there's a lot of stuff on the back here. We haven't seen this yet either. The Beast Mode comes fully equipped with this spare tire rack on the back. This is an additional option you would have to pay for if you're going to add this to your Sprinter van. But the Beast Mode, Storyteller Overland Beast Mode, comes with this stock. It also comes with this system where you can attach whatever accessory you want. You want to use this for bike racks, you can put bike racks here. You want to get a big storage bin container on the back, you can do that too. There's a lot of options there. You've got a step here as well to help you get up and in the back. And you got your, of course, the trailer hitch and whatnot. Actually, I'm going to save this for later. Let's go, keep going around. This one's got the 12-volt plugs on the side, as well as other plugs, controller plugs, and like standard but different again. It's got the table here, but this is different than the other tables. Look at this, not adjustable, very simple. It'll hold 15 pounds, evenly distributed. It's a very simple system. It's only held up by a magnet. Not sure how that is going to last, but again, the door is usually closed in behind it. Shouldn't come loose on you. And you've got outlet plugs right here, 12 volt, which is perfect. What more do you need? All right, if you're going to live the van life in this particular van, and I know people do it because there are videos on YouTube of people doing it, you're pretty much going to be roughing it more than any of the other vans. It does have a small refrigerator, a dorm fridge, right? How about this? This is beautiful. But when you come in here, you can see it's very utilitarian. On the back of the seats, you've got extra storage here. That's actually a good idea. We might want to consider doing that in our van. That's a great idea. This seat, what they call it, honey? The Groove Lounge? Groove, is that what you called it?
Yes.
Yeah. This is called the Groove Lounge. All right. This is a multi-way adjustable, I'd call it a seating system. It's not really a seat, it's more of a seating system because this thing can be adjusted like 50 different ways, including laid flat down for a bed. You can turn this into a couch. Believe even there's a way you can turn it into a dinette just by moving these switches around and then moving the cushions around. It's got a lot of different uses and options that I can't go into all of them because frankly, there's just too many to go into. This thing takes a lot of different positions. It's a very interesting seating. I will tell you the cushions aren't that thick. So comfort-wise, maybe not the most comfortable. You'd probably have to put some kind of cushions on top of it. But again, this whole unit is all about utilitarianism. These cabinets are probably some of the sturdiest cabinets I've ever seen. They've got that carpeting inside to keep stuff from rattling around and damaging and making a lot of noise. Look at these hinges, the spring-loaded hinges, and they lock in place. These things aren't going anywhere. Just pulling on this cabinet, you can see that you're not supposed to see that yet. All right, since we let the cat out of the bag, let's talk about, we've already talked about the cabinets. Let's talk about the bathroom in this unit because look, you see a bathroom, Rose?
Nope.
You don't think you do, but there is one right here. All right, there is not a cassette toilet in this unit. That in that box is your toilet. It's a portable toilet. All right, and you can put usually you carry the toilet here because that way it's out of the way and it's underneath that cover and it's sealed off. But when you're not using the toilet, this unit has a shower. There's the shower pan. Where's the shower stuff, you may ask?
Holy Moses.
Look at that.
Instant transformation.
That is a place where you could theoretically stand in the shower pan and take a shower. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No.
Look at that. And now the shower faucet is up here in the bag. But I have never seen anything like this before. This is the coolest thing ever.
Ingenuity, huh?
So, and when you're not using it, when you're not showering, the whole thing just folds right back up. You know, you'd want to let it dry, obviously. If you were going to use this shower, you'd want to let it dry. But look at that. The whole thing tucks away like it was never there. And then when you're done with the bathroom, you can take it out and dump it. It goes right back in there like it wasn't even there. And then the Groovy Lounge goes right over top of it. How cool is that? That is really neat. If you're out camping, that is camping 100%. That's not even glamping. That's camping. You can tell people you camp, not glamp. Over the Groovy Lounge, you've got a controller for all the systems in here. There's not a lot of systems because it is super simple. But all the controllers are here on this screen. Love the look of this screen. It's pretty cool. You want to talk about retro, though? All those KC lights up there? Take a look at the controllers for the lights. How retro is this? I feel like I'm in the space shuttle. Look at that. We're turning on all the lights on the outside. How fun is that? That is so cool. All right, the Beast Mode has a lot of features. Here they are. There they all are. Did you see that? You got it all? Okay, there's all the features. There's so many, I couldn't even go and list them all. We couldn't even go through. We always put as many as we can on the screen so you guys can see them. But there is so much in here that you just can't see. One of the things you can't see is, where's the faucet, Rose says? It's right there. Everything tucks away into the sink. And this sink is at least as big as the other units, if not bigger. And it's got the rounded, so it's a little easier to fit dishes in there. That's a really nice feature. Maybe a little rattle there, but a couple of rubber stickies right there, and you won't have that issue. That's really cool. Let's talk about the rest of this kitchen pedestal. There's your cooktop. Comes right out of here, goes right on the counter, plug it in, and you're set to go. So these are more of those sturdy cabinets, not soft close, but locking. Not soft close, but locking. But very sturdy mechanisms. Pretty cool. You got some controls here for some of the lights inside. But again, bare bones essentials. Microwave, that's an essential. Got to have the microwave. And now I am working my way back into the bedroom area. Now, this does not have the lift up in the back to get the bed completely out of the way. However, because it doesn't have that, guess what you get? Extra cabinets. They're not that deep, but they're deep enough for clothes. You could use it for clothes storage. You could use it for a pantry, for whatever you would be bringing with you. And you see that the bed folds up out of the way. So you can still utilize this space as, fold that out of the way. You can still utilize this space as a garage. I almost got this one right in the you-know-whats. But yeah, you can see that this system tucks out of the way. If you wanted to use this as a cargo van, you could, because this is all open space. You put this thing up here, the Groovy Lounge up, there's a lot of space in here, and you see the tie downs down there too. You've got all kinds of storage. I love how they use these zipper storage bins here to just take up all this room, because it's stuff that you're gonna need to store anyway. And rather than have a bunch of Rubbermaid containers stacked all over the place like happened in our RV, you can put a lot of your tools and stuff you're going to need up on the wall. And that is absolutely huge. In fact, I'm trying to figure out how to come up with a system to use this in our van. And I have some ideas. Great use of the space. This is a beautifully done, beautifully thought out and designed. If you can handle using that portable toilet and you don't really use the shower, or you use it sparingly, there's actually a surprising amount of room in here to hang out. There's a surprising amount of cabinetry and storage space, and you've got this big garage. And you've got a fan up there, and you've got the AC unit here, so it's got all of that. I don't know what more you could ask. It's got huge windows. We didn't mention those, but they're all over the place. A lot of views. You've got the mosquito netting here, mosquito netting on the side, screened-in porch, all on the Mercedes Beast Mode diesel chassis, 4x4. Very cool. We also wanted to show you that the Overlander comes in different colors as well. And in this model, the one we found over by the entrance, you can see that the seat is in the up position. The Groovy Lounge is adjusted to a seat, and the cushioning is a lot thicker because they're doubling up on some of the cushions. So this is not as bad cushion-wise as I thought. And you can see that this seating chair is really brilliantly designed. Really, really nice feature. All right, I have to admit, the Storyteller Overland was my favorite off-road Class B when we were looking for our American Coach Patriot, but we made some compromises. We still got the 4x4, but we did not get the ground clearance. We didn't get the cool factor, and this Overland is cool, if nothing else. Now you're gonna pay for it. You see the price, but this is way cool. This is a beautiful unit. If all you need to do is like weekend trips, or maybe a couple weeks here or there, and you want to camp and you want to rough it, this is the way to do it. It's awesome. How cool does that look coming down the road? That is bad. Well, I don't want to say it, but that is the coolest thing. And he parked it right where we needed it. Perfect. Well, we hope you enjoyed that video with these Class B rugged RVs. I mean, they totally have the cool factor, and they're really utilitarian. And if you need something that you're going to be boondocking or out in the desert or off-road or even in bad weather conditions, these are just unbelievably designed and engineered RV vehicles. If you enjoyed that video, we hope you consider subscribing. Make sure you leave us a like because it helps us hit that YouTube algorithm. And don't forget to ring that bell for notifications, and we will tell you when we've got a new video coming out. And you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We'll see you next time.